All right, man. Detroit Pistons fall short to the Miami Heat. Had a valiant comeback in the fourth quarter. Let's talk about it. Check out Detroit Piston Talk playlist. Detroit Pistons, the Pistons post game reaction playlist. And early in this game, they just had too many turnovers. They had a lead in the first quarter, but that could have been, a bigger lead. They just had a lot of turnovers. Don't seem like they got a lot of camaraderie going right now. I mean, Short Thompson had like 5 blocks. You know what I'm saying? But you look at the turnovers: 2 for him, 3 for Stewart, 4 for Durham, 5 for Cade, 2 for Killian, 1 for Bagley. He played really good on both sides of the ball too. 2 for Harris, 3 for Ivy, 1 for Burke. So you know, the big thing was Killian was starting. I mean, he missed a bunch of shots. I just don't understand the infatuation with playing him. I guess defensively, and he seemed a lot confident shooting that 10 to 15 foot jumper between him and Cade Cunningham. He seemed a lot more confident in his jump shot, but I just don't really understand the infatuation. Stewart had a shaky start, but he finished strong in the fourth quarter. He made some defensive plays, got some big buckets, shot the ball fairly well today. He has some errant shots here and there because he's shorter and it's hard to get above people. He has a few reckless turnovers in there too that hurt, but he played fairly well, especially down the stretch. Um, a Short Thompson, he's a rookie. I mean, it is what it is. He didn't play much down the stretch. Jalen Duren had a rocky start in the first half. I mean, he had 2 quick fouls, and then next thing you know, in the second half, he just exploded. I mean, 4 blocks. I don't like the 4 turnovers, but 4 blocks, 4 assists, 14 rebounds, 17 points. He got to get better shooting free throws. Shit, if he made a couple more free throws, we win the game. The bench kind of, Sasser was the star of the bench. I mean, Burke, he took a shot late in the game. I really didn't think he should have took. Ivy struggled. He struggled. I'm just starting to think he just trying to get up out of Detroit. That's just starting to be my thing about it. But he struggled, man. I mean, he struggled in the first summer league. He looked terrible in summer league. Like he was just really, really trying to press. You know what I'm saying? Like he was just really, really trying to press in summer league. And it seemed like it's the same thing here where, he turned the ball over, reckless with the ball, getting stripped, going to the rim. Um, I seen that from the first game in summer league that it just maybe like I said, when you continue to add, a bunch of young guards, I just probably think he feel the need to, he probably feel the need to press, like his job on the line. That's one thing a veteran starting over you because it's just a matter of time before, um, you just know it's a matter of time before the veteran, got to move on and show time. It's another young player. I think he pressing too much and he got to learn to be under control. But you got to think about it. Them not starting him, I mean, it makes no sense. You don't get shooting with Killian Hayes. You do get better defense with Killian Hayes. I think that's where it makes sense at. But my thing is, you put him in that second unit. Guess what? He still got to compete with Alec Burke and Marcus Sasser for shots and Monty Morris for shots. So he's not going to be, it's going to be the same thing whether he in the starting lineup or he in the backup. You know, but he didn't have a great game today. And if I think it's an adjustment when you coming off the bench. When the last time the kid probably came off the bench? Ask yourself that. When the last time this kid came off the bench? So there's an adjustment to be made. I think there's an adjustment to be made with him coming off the bench, but he got to take care of the ball a lot better. He got to play more under control. He got to find his tempo as a basketball player, his rhythm as a basketball player. That's my thing about it. He got to find, what pace he played with at best and all that type of stuff. But the bench, other than Bagley and Sasser, I expected more from Ivy. I expected more from Joe Harris. I expected more from Jaden Ivy. And James Wiseman didn't play at all. So it seemed like he lost the backup position to Marvin Bagley. And Bagley, if Duran didn't come back and be Superman, Bagley looked like, he easily could have turned around and been the best, the big fella out there until Jalen Duren turned it around in the second half. Bagley played well. I'm not his biggest critic, but Bagley played well. He defended well. His defense was top tier. I ain't never seen him defend like that. Physically, he looked explosive. So if he can stay healthy, I mean, they might have something in Marvin Bagley. He looked pretty good tonight. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, Wiseman not getting in there, that's huge concern, for him, um but on the Heat side of things, man, they shot the ball at a 30, almost 37% clip from the 3-point land. 40% from the field. That ain't pretty good, but we shot a 44% from the field. Our free throw shooting was abysmal at 60% compared to today, 80%, almost 81%. They was letting, they got a huge boost from their bench, from Duncan Robinson to Thomas Bryant came in and got some big points. I mean, Kyle Lowry attempted one shot in 32 minutes, but Bam made some plays. Jimmy made some good buckets. They didn't have an answer for Jimmy. Kevin Love made some good shots. Tyler Hero was just a volume of garbage tonight, but they made a huge run in the fourth quarter. They made a big run in the fourth quarter, and at the end of the day, I think on the inbound pass, I think they wanted to go to Cade Cunningham, but having him flare out for a 30-foot jumper, you down by one, I just really never liked that. But I believe he had Isaiah Stewart wide open in the far corner, Killian Hayes, and I think he looked at him. I just didn't think he trusted the shooter who had the ball, but they left Isaiah Stewart wide open in the far corner, wide open. And maybe he didn't feel comfortable throwing that pass that far. Then it was 2.5 seconds, took a minute to call the timeout. Then they had to call another timeout to advance it. Maybe he just didn't feel comfortable making that cross-court pass. Maybe it getting picked off. Maybe it being the setup. But, having Cade take a 30-foot jumper to end the game, I ain't like it. It was a contested jumper, but they fought back. But the turnovers pretty much killed them tonight. It wasn't even the bad shooting. They seemed to kind of got away from the Dwayne Casey. You got to take threes or you can't play. They found, mid-range jumpers. They found where they was comfortable at. I mean, Cade Cunningham took 9 threes. He looked fantastic tonight. I mean, physically, getting to his spots, bullying guys. And he only gonna get more lift. That block that Bam Adebayo had on him, that's not gonna continue to happen. He gonna get more healthier, more confident. But he looked good. But he, had he had some help in the first half, because only help he really got throughout the game was Jalen Duren, and I think a lot of people started to think maybe Marcus Sasser should be the next the guard next to Cade Cunningham. I think people starting to kind of starting to hear that go around, that maybe Sasser should be that guy, but Sasser's one of them dudes. He's a rhythm scorer. He like to have a ball in his hand to get a rhythm. He can spot up and stuff, but he one of them rhythm guys. I like him a lot off the bench. And if it was me personally, I still want to see Ivy and K to see how they work. But Ivy got to do better at controlling that rock and not turn the ball over. So until then, I think the best lineup for them is to insert Bojanovic in there with K, to put Hayes on the bench and see where it go from there. But I think Bojanovic, they probably would have won had Bojanovic played, but Stewart had played well enough to continue to get them looks at the four tonight. In the first half, he was shaky, very, very shaky, but the second half, he played well. He was a hot garbage defensively, but down the stretch, he stepped up, shot the ball well, made some big plays. So I mean, me personally, Jaden Ivey got to learn to take care of the basketball. Jesus Christ, you know what I'm saying? And he getting stripped going to the rim. It just, like I said before, he got to figure it out. But I think, right now, I wouldn't mind seeing Sasser in that start lineup. I think I would assert Sasser in that lineup. You just don't have enough shooting out there without Bojanovic. So K shot it well. I put Sasser in that start lineup, see where it go. Mentally, would that do another blow to Jaden Ivey? But Ivey got to do a better job at playing this game. And when he get the ball, attack with some type of control, attack with some type of ball protection. But he got the talent. I think he'll be all right. But right now, I think Sasser's shooting ability is who should be in that starting lineup. And then, for Sasser, you got the benefit of playing next to a irregular guard at 6'6". I mean, a 6'6", 6'7" Cade Cunningham. So his size won't be too much of a factor. 6'2" is not small, but his size won't be much of a disadvantage playing next to Cade Cunningham. But they fought back, made the game interesting. Didn't like the last shot, but it's a lot of growing pains, and I think them, valuing the basketball just comes with, a lot of young age, or devaluing the basketball. So in lack of camaraderie, but I like what I seen. Kay Cunningham look like an all-star player today. He needed some help in the first half. He got some help from Jalen Durham, but he needs some more help from scoring on that perimeter. Somebody that's gonna soften it up. And I think the logical thing to do, I think somebody said it on Twitter, the logical thing to do for them is to put Marcus Sasser in the start lineup. Killian Hayes' his defense, that's what they looking for. But me personally, I'm gonna take the shooting the Sasser, put him with Cade Cunningham, and see what happened going forward. So that's my personal opinion. Let Jay Ivy control the maestro off the bench completely. Don't forget you get Morris and Isaiah Livers back at some point, and Bojanovic back. So I think defensively they played well down the stretch. They played well throughout the game for the most part. It's just the turnovers. And on the bench, and this just got a gel and the camaraderie. So the more they play together, the less turnovers, the more the bench play, they'll figure it out. So thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and the subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. Check out the Detroit Pistons post game reaction playlist. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Hit the link tree. Find me on Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Spotify, Anchor, Twitter, Instagram, the whole nine. All that's in the link tree. Don't forget, check out my main channel right here on YouTube, Goodfella TV. Check out my new channel, Free Game 89. All that's in the link tree. I appreciate y'all for supporting the channel. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Came up a little short tonight. I think we in Charlotte on Friday. On Saturday, it's the season opener versus Chicago Bulls. Downtown gonna be full of half naked women too. So might be a good deal going down there. If as long as you're gonna be safe. But hey, peace.